first mistake, of the many to come, as you seek that ephemeral, non-material solution to the problem of happiness. It's not possessions, but your attachment to them that holds you back, and getting rid of them does not necessarily eliminate this. Possibly, on the contrary, as you continue to hold on to possessions and keep getting battered by your compulsive addictive attachments to them, this can be a means to your goal of non-attachment if you handle the pain correctly. That's what this book is about, how to handle the pain, all kinds of pain, not only that which results from material attachments, and not only that, but how to make the pain work for you in ways you never imagined. You think pain is bad, not always so, as you begin to shift consciousness. For most of you, this is not the first book you have read about the search. You have read metaphysical books and perhaps meditated. You have studied psychology and perhaps experienced some form of psychotherapy. You have been working on yourself. How is the program we will be exploring here different from other books and practices? Why will it help you? And why do you need it? To answer this, perhaps I can share some of my personal story. All my life, the fires of the search have been burning intensely for me. Although I have not entered the monastery, there are none who have more strongly heard the call to consciousness. However, for the first 20 years of this quest, something was missing. In the several spiritual traditions I avidly studied, yoga, Buddhism, theosophy, metaphysics, my experience was that there was no in-depth guidance on feelings. Bad feelings, if discussed at all, were simply seen as bad. They were to be forcibly dismissed by the will. The goal was to get somewhere else, to a blissful, loving, higher, positive, spiritual consciousness which would obliterate the bad energy. I was not aware of this shortcoming at first. It would take years before I noticed it. But eventually I realized that I had been neglecting an important part of myself. And then I was equally enchanted and well-read with Western psychology. Psychology, however, did not acknowledge the higher consciousness I was seeking, and I didn't buy into thinking that my childhood was the original cause of all the neuroses I might have packed away, as it glibly assumed. In the end, although psychology did ostensibly deal with feelings, I felt it was largely confined to an intellectual level and not especially effective or relevant for releasing feelings. I could not interface it with the search. So I was on my own. I needed a feelings-based approach, some way to resolve the neurotic feelings and emotions I still harbored in spite of all those years on the spiritual path. Too much anger, compulsive acting out, sexual compulsiveness, being driven for success, relentless feelings of failure and loneliness, and, of course, the love-hate relationship carousel that remains a mystery to most of us, but which I will attempt to clarify in Part 3. Gradually, I put together my own system. That's what I will be talking about here. It's a synthesis of many traditions, psychological and metaphysical, with a fair amount of original insights thrown in. It's a way to understand the emotions, why they come up, where they come from, and most importantly, how to handle and release them and not be controlled and tormented by them. It's a new putting together of powerful roots to resolving negativity by means of a shift in consciousness. It may present and challenge you with ideas you've never quite considered, about emotional self-rejection, for example, but if you stay with it, and if you have the capacity, it will very likely give you an unsurpassed method of working on yourself to which you may have never been exposed. That's how and why I believe it can help you. You, just like me, just like everyone, need to work on a feeling level. This work has never been more important. Today, we see vast negative energies undermining, dominating, and contaminating life on our planet. One central purpose of this chaos is to keep you preoccupied with external conflicts. When we are fighting each other, when politics, news, and controversial social reform issues become our main focus, attention is diverted from the important life tasks we should be expending our energy on. We should be using.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.